Welcome to my channel, everybody. My name is Paul Smyers. I'm a practicing real estate agent in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, as you see behind me here. And today I'm going to talk about basically a conversation about staging your property when you want to sell it. A lot of people who are trying to sell their home, maybe they haven't sold a home for a very long time or so on, or never sold a home. What happens in the real estate business is your agent has to present this home to whoever might someday buy it, and they need it to look as beautiful as possible. Now, what happens in some of the high-end properties out there, you'll see companies will pay a lot of money. If you've got to sell a $10 million property, you're going to spend quite a bit of money to stage it and set it up because it's perception, it's marketing. It has to be presented in a way that's kind of ideal for the prospective buyer. Now, what happens in this business, as you know, someone decides they got to sell their house, and you walk in there and go, man, it's hard to even show that house because, I mean, it's the perception problem, you see? So it's not just about cleaning the bathroom and so on. There's a lot more to it. What happens is, first of all, you should definitely remove anything in your house. If you're going to sell your house, remove anything personal, like photographs and all that. All these little knickknacks, we call them dust collectors, that are just gathering dust and littering everywhere around, you know. We all have them a little bit. And just declutter, declutter, declutter. Don't leave any unrepaired furniture in there. If you're going to leave some furniture, just declutter. Exactly. So, are you ready to move? That's another thing that comes up in this business. You see, let's say somebody says, oh man, I got my house, I need to sell it, we're getting a divorce, and you know, he called me up, and I go over there, and they go, oh, I want to list my house for sale, and you got to ask that question, how soon are you willing to move? If you're in a hot area, and that house could sell in 10 days, are you ready to move? No, you're not, probably, right? So, before you even think about selling your house, you got to think about whether you're ready to move, and if you are, start doing some of these staging, because on the high-end area, they spend a lot of money getting it ready, but you can save your agent a lot of time and trouble and make a profit, make a higher sale on your own property if you just take care of a few things, and I'm going to list them here. Clutter, personal, all the valuables, put them away. Dust. You look around your house. I mean, honestly, if you look really honestly around your house, you say, well, you know what, there's a lot of dust here, and to really make it spick and span, it's going to take a little effort. Don't go out and hire somebody and try to make your house stage. If you're selling a relatively small house in a suburb and it's a few $100,000, your agent's not going to want to spend $3,000 or $4,000 to stage your house and have a big truck come and put some new furniture in there and all that. What you can do for yourself and for your agent is to get the house ready yourself. Go walking around the yard, look at all things that you think are common, or well, you could ignore them, but your buyer is going to say, I want to see it clean and organized so that I can feel comfortable here putting my things there. So dogs, yards, sometimes if you look at the backyard of someone who owns a dog, we won't want to talk about it, but, you know, also toys, machines, you know, you got clutter out there, things that you walk by every day, but, you know, when you want to sell your house, it's really, you know, you want to pick up your garden tools and put things away generally and make it look really presentable. Now, I have been in some homes where I walk in there and I'm thinking, there's nothing I need to do to make this home beautiful. I mean, it's just great. Kind of a zen feeling, not over cluttered, beautiful, nice symmetry, nice decor, clean. Boy, as an agent, we'd love to see those kind of houses. Now, some of those houses, like see, in some of these developments, I've been in houses that are technically very clean, but frankly, they're a little bit boring, you see. So there are some kinds of staging companies where they just go, I don't know where they get this furniture, but it's all generic, you know, maybe gray or tan or something, and they just throw a bunch of furniture in there they lease from some company or whatever, and they need a big couch, and the bigger the house, the more staging needs to be done, because they got to, especially these new houses, when you have a huge empty house and you try to sell it, like people walk around like, wow, I don't have any vision of what my house can look like. What you want to do for your agent as a salesperson who's going to sell their home is just make your house that one that's competing with, there's going to be other houses in your neighborhood around the area that are sale same time. You got to make your house the one that people go and say, yep, it's done deal. I like it. What is it about your property? Now, you have to make some room for their perception because they're going to see your house differently. You know, you have maybe some aspects of your home like, wow, I'm really, really proud of some part of your house or whatever. But the neighbor, the people that are moving in, they're thinking like, well, that's not my, I'm going to put my guitars in that room. I don't care if it's a bedroom with a place for a little kid because I don't have any kids anymore, but I'll put my guitars in there, you see. So there's different perceptions of your home that the buyer is going to look for. And your agent, if you're if you have a selling agent on your side, help them out by working with them about do you think is the right kind of buyer that's likely to pay the highest price the fastest for your particular type of property. There are certain areas where you know that the reason that people are buying homes in those areas because it's within 10 miles of XYZ, some big company that hires everybody or whatever, or they have some other reason. Now, those kind of homes, they're very common. But if you are out in a rural area, there's a lot of unique homes, and every single home that you look at is different. So, still, when you want to present your house for sale, especially in a rural area, you start looking at the property around because usually a rural property has typically more land, and that means you start thinking about what trees have dropped limbs and what fence posts have fallen down and things like that you can go around and kind of straighten things up and make it look better so that again the whole idea is perception. You're going to have a buyers come in there, and what you ideally in the real estate business, the first day you have an open house you get 10 offers and you got 3 overbids and whatever, la la la, 30 days later you get a check. That's the ideal, but it doesn't happen very often, and especially if you're not ready to move. So I've actually had people say, I'm thinking about selling my house. And I ask them, are you ready to move? No, because if someone came in your door the first day you listed the house and say, I'm paying you top dollar, I'm paying you 10,000 over, and I want to close in 30 days, and you're not ready to move out, you're going to go, your lips are going to be flapping. You're going to like, what do I do now? So start thinking about the strategy of putting your stuff, slowly moving into storage, have the yard sales, get rid of the trash, get the stuff out of there, take it to the Goodwill or whatever, and start getting your house ready and staged. Because most of the time, like I said, your agent is going to try to help you as much as possible, but it's hard to spend a lot of money formally staging a house by hiring a company, and then it cuts into the whole process of getting your house sold. So if you have even an inkling of selling your home this summer, today is February of 2025, start thinking about what am I going to do when I sell my house. Maybe you've been there 10, 15 years, and that's a lot. And there's probably stuff around the house that is just kind of ingrained, maybe even things in your house they haven't even seen for 5 years. I know pretty much that happens to everybody. But start thinking about getting the house prepared for the perception. And nowadays, if you have a bigger property, they're going to be doing drone photos. So think about what's all in your yard and, any plastic toys laying around, stuff like that. So again, thanks for listening. I hope to see you in some of my other content. I try to help people get some insight of the buying and selling process of property in rural area. I love the Shenandoah Valley. I hope to see you in some of my other videos. I watch a lot of other people's content and I like and share. So thanks again. I hope to see you again.